George Chapman. George Chapman's life and passion has been devoted to the steel industry. In 1957, his steel career started in the United Kingdom with an apprenticeship as a structural steel draftsman. Mostly working on riveted structures, he worked on rebuilding the famous Coventry Cathedral that was destroyed in World War II. In 1960, at the age of 21, he immigrated to Canada. He was employed as a structural steel detailer for Bridge and Tank Western Limited, and because of his experience with rivets, he quickly became lead draftsman. During this time, George worked on the Meikle River Bridge for CN, a 2,000-foot-long riveted trestle bridge, likely one of the last of its kind to be built in Canada. When Sutherland Steel Limited opened in 1963, George was hired to do their drafting work and set up standard connections and drafting procedures. In 1965, he became chief draftsman for Canada Iron in Winnipeg, known later as Canron, and supervised a 15-man drawing office. During his time at Canada Iron, he worked on some interesting and challenging projects, including the headframe for Alwinsol Potash Plant, the Wascana Auditorium and the Boundary Dam Power Plant in Saskatchewan, and the Prilling Tower in Sarnia, Ontario. George's next venture was a partnership in a new company, Triangle Steel Calgary Limited, in 1968. As a young 30-year-old, George found himself having to run the company after the unexpected death of the general manager. In 1970, he became general manager, a position he held until 1996. In 1996, at the age of 57, when most people are thinking about retiring, he decided to branch out on his own and took ownership of TSE Steel Limited, formerly Triangle Steel Erectors Limited. During his 46 years in Calgary, he created a well-respected and efficient steel fabrication business based on the principles of being fair and treating customers, suppliers, and employees with respect. George was able to produce a variety of steel-related products. One of the more exciting was an intricate set of chassis for a pancake machine in conjunction with TSA griddle systems that produced 30,000 pancakes per hour. 4 of these machines, located in Virginia, produce all of the pancakes in North America for McDonald's. Through his career, George has demonstrated a passion for innovation in structural steel design. He has developed a method of temporary cable braces and a system of marking the tops of beams at the drafting stage to show the joist spacing which assists in erection. He developed a method of painting the field welded areas to stop galvanizing from sticking. George was also a champion for using 4 anchor bolts per column when only 2 were specified, and was able to have this incorporated into the Alberta Safe Work Procedures for erecting steel. George has volunteered much of his time to many industry-related associations across Alberta and the country. He has always respected and recognized the positive impact of what the CISC has done for the industry. After a successful 57.5 years in the industry, George retired in the fall of 2014.